I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plumber looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Não está rodando melhor.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
You can run! Forever!
Vai fora. Prefiro esse que atira mais rápido.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Onde é que eu tenho que ir? Caminho esse, então. Deixa eu ver por aqui.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Opa.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments.
I'm putting you down!
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith.
Time to die!
James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
Aí, peguei dois. Apertar U. Aqui. por vez.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Dangerous, desperate individuals. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize. They must have thought I was touched, or had some kind of death wish.
Acertei essa bala.
Seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
This is our goal now.
Os caras estão se matando.
Come out, you yellow bastard! You're done. Get out!
Ah, porra. Sai fora.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Ah, porra.
single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
You must be about out of bullets.
Ah, porra.
Show yourself, coward! I will drop you down a mine shaft.
Sobe rápido.
You ain't beefing me.
Vou botar aqui a sensibilidade do mouse. Aí. Acho que já vim por aqui, né?
Time to blow your shit up. You must be about out of bullets. You ain't beefing me.
Os caras estão falando, mas não sei onde tá vendo.
Deserve to die like this.
Tô perdido. Não. Oh. Eu peguei o caminho errado.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was not to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to Kingdom Come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at. All it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
Take that asshole out!
As a boy,
Ixi, para virar,
I
não.
always loved the 4th of July.
There he is! I will drop you down a mine shaft.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Evo ga.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Cái nhất đâu.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route. Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Quase não mata. São duas agora. Para dar além. Here Plumber.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! This day is just getting worse and worse for you.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
Bastard! Don't block my cocksucker out!
Agora tá difícil. Pegou ainda essa porra.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You can shoot, but can you aim? Ah! Takes this, you son of a bitch! You ain't taking me! That one did it! Gonna blow you into next week, boy! This cocksucker is smarter than he looks! Who said you could throw dynamite? You ain't beefing me. You in a million pieces. Got you, no blood money for you today. What do you think you're doing? You killed an innocent man. I can.
Eu vou passar um bom tempo por aqui agora, viu? Difícil.
I got a lot more dynamite than you! Run! I'm going all medieval on your ass! They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up! This cocksucker is smarter than you are!
You're dead.
Blow you into next week! Damn ears,
You're done.
Good man! Boom!
O negócio aqui tá foda.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! Oh boy! Just what do you think you're doing? I can shoot too! They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up!
Merda. Errando cada tiro, bosta.
That's this, you son of a bitch! You can shoot!
Ah, meu irmão.
What do you think you're doing? Wanna roll you into next week, boy! I'm going all medieval on your ass!
Ixi. Tá ruim, bro. Quando você vê uma morte eu já tô morrendo de novo.
I got a lot more dynamite than you! This is gonna hurt! This cocksucker is smarter than he looks! I want money for you today! They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You want some more? You can shoot, but can you aim? What are you, yellow?
Quando você assiste uma morte eu já tô morrendo de novo. Ah, porra.
This cocksucker is smarter than he looks! That's this, you son of a bitch! I got a lot more dynamite than you! No blood money for you today! They're gonna need a dustpan! What on? Yellow? They're
Deu
gonna
fresco.
bury you in a million pieces! You can shoot, but can you aim? How you like that? I can shoot too!
Matei.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a
Difícil.
bounty hunter.
Pensei que eu não fosse passar. A gente tem nenhum ponto disponível.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Seja rápido ou seja morto. Entre eu tô, eu vou ser morto.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no good. I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Começar Sai fora. Tá, porra. Eu tô no mato sem cachorro aqui. Como é que eu faço? Fugir aqui. Tá, porra. Acho que por trás não dá pra ir, né? Dá. Não, vou pular pra ele. Tem munição ali lá naquela carroça. Aê. Vou matar tudo indo aqui. Eita, 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 eita. Errei, ó. O cara erra um tiro desse. Não sei se vai ter munição pra tudo. Opa, achei um ali. Sai fora. Subir de nível. Apertar U.
I thought the Texas Rangers got hardened.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was colding a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Mas eles têm munição, mas não tem não. Deixa eu dar uma olhadinha aqui nas minhas habilidades. Pistoleiro. Combos. Não interrompa a sequência de assassinato tão cedo, seu medidor de vida. Recarrega enquanto corre. Isso aqui. Quando eu ganho de nível, eu aumento um aqui, outro aqui. Só vou na ordem. Um aqui, outro aqui, outro aqui. Ó. Eu já fiz 3 aqui, 2 aqui. Aí o próximo vem pra cá e o próximo vem pra cá. Dois capangas sumiram, morreram todo mundo. Vou pegar munição aqui no corpo deles. Bora! Aqui tem um safado de escudo. Tomara que não tenha. Mais de noite assim no escuro, hein? Assusta. A munição aqui. Você tá se afastando da história hoje. Não caminhar isso não. Onde é que eu vou nessa porra? Pra cá.
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place
Começaram a festa aqui sem mim.
Hardin was waiting for me.
lancha aqui tá foda, hein?
Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back
Acho que vai
up
ser
and
um
give you
duelo.
some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. Fathers and husbands, brothers and sons, men with families who cared about them. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted
Tem que prestar
thugs.
atenção nas legendas,
He and his
porque
men
essa
set up
história é
camp
toda
outside of
esquisita.
town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Umas
Shit,
vaquinhas.
it's cold out here. Freezing like giblets on.
You're right, we gotta stay out here. Keep
Cala a boca aí, vaquinhas.
Ain't nobody stupid enough to go after Hardin anyway.
Cala a boca.
Better 3 hours early than a minute too late.
Eu ataco ou não? Encontro errado. Matar? Pega pra vocês.
God damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. That was easier said than done, as most of them were as foolish and full of bravado as I
Ixi, pra
was.
onde é que eu vou? Tô perdido.
I had to spill a lot of blood to
Porra,
find
foi
out
isso?
Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends.
Em cima da pedra?
Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's
Tô
Head.
vendo não.
Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Jogar com 2 pistolas mata, acaba a bala ligeiro demais. Opa! Que é isso?
Better hide! You...
O jogo não é mundo aberto não, mas
That's right! Run!
é bem lá, é bem expensivo o mapa por onde você anda. Epa! Ixi, eu erro tiro feio demais.
I can draw with either hand! Tell Hardin someone's coming for him!
A sorte é que eu sou o artista e o escuro é grosso. Opa!
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Acho que é lá em cima. Se ele fosse o principal, eu não aguentava tanta bala assim não, era branco? Tem que subir aí, ó.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Acertei uns tiros legais aí. Pouca bala. Queima, queima. patrulheiro presta não. É lentão o tiro dessa pistola aí. Mas eu acho que tira mais dano. Eu gosto dessa porque essa é rápida. Tira menos dano, eu acho. Mas é rápido.
And I
Sinto cheiro de
steeled myself
duelo.
for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better.
Sinto o cheiro de duelo. Tem vários caminhos pro cara aí. Essas nuvens. Eita, a luz de GTA. Outra rua.
Before I could test my mettle against Harden, however,
Eita, comemorando a minha chegada.
I would first need to dispatch a
Eita.
cadre of hired killers.
Eita. Vaza, vaza, vaza. Ah, meu irmão, eu errei a letra. Não tava nem prestando atenção nessa porra. Fui olhar os fogos me enganou. Deixa eu arrumar uma estratégia pra correr. Vou correr pra pular agora dessa vez, se eu errar. A, W, S, D. Aí. Aí sim.
Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption. But John Wesley might have been a different story.
Shit.
I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Ixi. O cara na mira ainda afastei pra errar. Quem é invocado? Olha lá. Ixi. O cara errar um tiro desse. Opa, levei bala. Agora que eu tô no faroeste. Eita, as balas estão se acabando, hein? Ali tem. Não é que ali não tem inimigo? Aqui vai ter um duelo daquele, viu, Branco? Tenho quase certeza. Ô tiro! Sentiu aí o clima? Aê!
Can't get a good shot at it. God damn him!
Marca no mato. Aê. Aê.
You think you can kill me?
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
Tem munição por aqui. Deixa eu ver no lugar.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Eita, a parada tá doida.
God damn him!
Aí.
It's crazy than a shithouse rat.
Pra entrar aí.
You know you can't beat me.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Show 'em how to die.
Eita. Entrei aqui na tora.
That's right. Run!
Experimentar esse patrulheiro aqui.
Everything.
Matei.
Sorry, son of a bitch. You ain't beating me, boy.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Começou a matar os 15. Matou um por roncar. E outros 40 por respirar.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe
Sabia
that
que ia
was
ter
fear.
essa porra aqui.
He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Epa aí. Tá chegando, hein? Ixi, morri.
No, wait! You didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
É, Branca, agora vai ser mais uma hora aqui. Foco. Muito foco. Eita. Sobe, 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 sobe. Aí, desce daí. Oxi, viajei nessa agora. Difícil demais de controlar essa mira. Ah, não deu tempo não. Agora vai.
That man was faster than grease lightning, but being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back at a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Perdi o bônus.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, do you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Passei sem matar o cara.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Eita, agora vai ter índio, hein?
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death.
Essas patas se lembram Far Cry 4. Oh, brilhou só. Massa, né? Aí. Essa parte lembra muito Far Cry 4.
Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Errei. Perdi uma bala.
They saw me before I saw them.
Essa morte não me encanta, né? Errei de novo. Que é ruim, viu?
They saw me before I saw them.
Tô dando umas bobeiras bestas aqui.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Ai, no cucuruto aí, ó. Ixi, esse daqui vem pra cima com a machada, né? Tem munição ali, ó. Ninguém também é armado, hein? Mata, né?
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there.
Pega pra vocês aí. Ai, não, pé do ouvido.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Nas últimas. Último suspiro. Esse lugar é bonito, hein? Sai fora. Os caras vêm pra cima.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Opa. Você tem uma sequência boa finalmente. Erro esse.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
3 tiros pra matar um cara. Oxi. Essa agora vai embora. Ó. No F.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Eita. Tem que nem matar. Ah, porra. E aí?
How big was this cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
O cara fica cego.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
Yeah.
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Aqui tá foda. Ixi, o bicho atirou com a bunda. Olha isso, essa aí ficou pra história. O cara atirou com a bunda, meu irmão. Meu Deus. Vocês são testemunha aí, viu? Matei um cara na porrada. Essa foi foda, viu?
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Dois caminhos para escolher. Acho que dá pra passar não. Aqui para recarregar rápido com o rifle. Ixi, aqui tem sinto cheiro de merda já. Vou pegar munição ali.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him.
Tadinho, quer ver?
He came to me unarmed
É o pajé.
and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. A soul would have no rainbow if I had no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Parece uma arena aqui.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
E quero uma escadinha pra mim.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back.
Morri,
determined to
escorregou
make him
essa porra.
explain the meaning of all that mumbo jumbo.
Ixi, a bala. É o rei dos bugs esses caras.
chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me.
Índio ligeiro da porra.
There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
Tem sabão, mano, nas pedras, por isso que eu caí. Você nunca foi num rio não, ou num açude? As pedras é escorregadia. Porra! Onde? Que é cego, hein? Eu já subi de nível de novo. Aqui é igual Counter-Strike, tem que atirar parado. Você vira andando, acaba não acerta.
Climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Tô fresco aqui, quer ver? Ixi, morri. Aqui é complicado, o cara é rodeado. Que não pode errar aquela sequência. Tem nenhum lugar para se esconder aqui. Tem não. Tem mais. Oh.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Não, daí virou lobo.
never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
E aí, eu ganhei um. Bom, o próximo vai ser esse. Aqui causa mais dano.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Isso wave, nice.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street. The story was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. They met an adversary that day who had no fear and offered them no quarter. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait for something bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, A water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Dalton. Vai pular. Eita. Normal. Os irmãos Dalton.
It's brave men like him who risk their lives to tame this wild country.
Amigo.
We've got company.
Um tiro assim, meu irmão.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Munição com força.
Like Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Eu me mato muito na intenção de explorar o mapa, aí eu dou bobeira.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a
Sorte. Tava mais duro do que... Não passa não pelas coisas.
You ain't stopping me.
Olha.
I'm gonna kill you.
É difícil, não passa nem pelas grades.
Over there!
Quem vai errar não tem parede não.
That's Silas Greaves.
What the hell?
Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Sinto o cheiro de duelo na área. Estou perdido, é pra onde?
His name
Agora,
was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening,
Safado mudou
not high
demais a
noon.
história. Vambora.
I was late to the party and Coffeeville was already up in arms.
Porra.
Daltons blew up a safe, and we're all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
O amante, o perdedor e o líder. Bob e
I'd
Emmett
been
Grant.
tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. Finally, they did.
Ah, porra.
Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville. Shoot, I dare you! Oh, now! Waste your bullets. Go ahead. Ain't bothering me none.
Vai fora.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail.
Finalmente
They
acertei
were
na
coming at
sequência.
me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married.
Ah, meu irmão. Agora desviei pro lado errado.
Shoot him down! They ain't getting away with this! We gotta get out of here!
I think they know who we are.
I can't watch this!
Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeeville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Foi sorte agora. Um segredo, cara.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The 3rd brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Mara que mate. Eu aqui escondido. Agora esse mata. Porra. Óbvio.
was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long time.
Ah, porra.
Send you to the boat!
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Isso aqui é bom. E aí, Branco, eu vou encerrar a live por aqui. Valeu, viu, ter assistido. Vou parar aqui nesse lugar.
Get those suckers!
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.